Have you ever dumped a handful of pennies onto a table and thought nothing of them, not realizing that one tiny copper-colored coin might actually be hiding a story collectors are obsessed with right now? Before you roll your eyes at another modern penny, take a second and imagine this. A regular person walks into a grocery store, gets a few cents back in change, and months later discovers that one of those coins, a 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, had unusual features that turned it from ordinary pocket change into a serious collector conversation piece. And here's the wild part, many people still have these coins sitting in jars, drawers, and forgotten piggy banks across the United States. Picture the moment you first hold the coin. It feels light, almost insignificant, a modern penny you've probably seen hundreds of times. But then you notice the bright copper-plated shine reflecting off the surface. You tilt it under a lamp and see the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln staring calmly forward, a design that has connected generations of Americans through wars, economic changes, and cultural shifts. Under his portrait sits the small D mint mark, a tiny letter that instantly tells collectors the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. To most people, it's meaningless. To collectors, it's the start of a mystery. Now flip the coin over in your imagination. Instead of the old wheat ears or the Lincoln Memorial, you see a bold Union shield design symbolizing strength and unity. The shield lines are sharp, almost architectural, like tiny metal beams crossing over each other. The motto "E pluribus unum" stretches across a banner, and if the coin is uncirculated, the fields shine with a smooth, mirror-like glow. But hidden in those lines sometimes are tiny anomalies, slight doubling, extra thickness in letters. Unusual strike pressure, details so small you could easily miss them unless you're looking carefully. When the shield design debuted a few years earlier, many collectors dismissed modern pennies as too common to matter. Millions were minted, they were everywhere, but over time something interesting happened. People started finding unusual 2015 D examples with strange visual effects. Some had die chips that created raised bumps in the shield lines. Others showed faint doubling in the date or lettering. A few revealed small die cracks running like tiny lightning bolts across the surface. These weren't obvious errors, they were subtle, almost secret, and that made collectors pay attention. One collector in Texas shared a story that perfectly captures the thrill of discovery. He was sorting through rolls of pennies from the bank, mostly looking for older coins, when one 2015 D penny caught his eye. The shield lines looked slightly thicker than normal. At first he assumed it was just wear, but after examining it under magnification, he realized it showed a minor doubled die effect. After sending it for grading, the coin returned with a surprising classification that instantly made it desirable to specialists who focus on modern mint varieties. The sale price shocked him, all from a coin worth 1 cent at face value. Stories like this began spreading through online coin communities. People started rechecking their modern pennies. Suddenly, jars that had been ignored for years became treasure chests. A woman cleaning out her father's garage found several rolls of recent pennies and almost took them to the bank. Out of curiosity, she searched online and learned about shield penny errors. Inside one roll, she discovered a high-grade 2015 D penny with exceptional luster and nearly flawless surfaces. Collectors competed for it because top-condition modern coins are harder to find than most people think. The secret lies in condition. Modern coins may be common, but perfect ones are rare. Tiny scratches from circulation, fingerprints, or contact with other coins can drastically lower value. When a 2015 D penny survives in pristine condition with blazing red color and no visible marks, collectors notice. Combine that with a small mint anomaly, and suddenly a coin once considered ordinary becomes highly collectible. Think about how coins are made at the United States Mint. Massive machines strike thousands of coins per minute. Dies wear down, pressure changes, small mechanical shifts happen. These tiny variations create subtle differences that only experienced collectors learn to recognize. It's like fingerprints hidden within the metal. Every coin tells a slightly different story depending on how it was struck. The design itself also plays a role in collector fascination. The shield on the reverse has multiple parallel lines, tiny angles, and sharp intersections. Under magnification, even a small flaw becomes visually dramatic. A die crack might look like a split beam in the shield. A die chip might create a raised bump that looks almost intentional. Collectors often nickname these features, turning them into memorable varieties that gain popularity over time. Imagine sitting at a kitchen table late at night with a magnifying glass, slowly examining a stack of pennies. The room is quiet except for the soft clink of coins touching. One by one you check the mint mark, the lettering, the shield lines, most look normal. Then suddenly you see something unusual, maybe an extra thickness in the word one or a tiny raised line crossing the shield. Your pulse quickens, you start researching, you compare photos online. That moment of uncertainty and hope is what keeps collectors hooked. Some of the most dramatic stories involve unexpected discoveries in everyday places. A college student working a part-time job as a cashier noticed a bright red penny in the register that looked almost too perfect. He swapped it with one from his own pocket, took it home, and later discovered it was among the highest grade 2015 D Shield pennies recorded at the time. Another collector found a rare error coin mixed into a handful of change at a fast food drive-thru. These stories spread quickly because they remind people that valuable finds don't always come from expensive collections, sometimes they come from ordinary life. As awareness grew, auction houses began paying more attention to top-quality modern pennies. Exceptional specimens started appearing in sales catalogs. While most 2015 D pennies remain worth only face value, certain examples with rare errors or flawless surfaces began selling for surprising amounts. Watching bidding wars unfold online created excitement and curiosity. Collectors debated tiny differences in strike quality, luster, and color, proving that even the smallest coin could spark big conversations. Comparing common and rare versions reveals fascinating contrasts. A typical circulated 2015 D penny may look dull, with flattened details and tiny scratches across the surface. A rare high-grade example glows with deep red brilliance, sharp edges, and crisp lettering that looks freshly carved. Error coins add another layer, showing doubled elements or unexpected metal flow patterns that make each piece unique. There's also a psychological thrill behind modern coin hunting. People love the idea that valuable coins could still be hiding in plain sight. Unlike ancient or rare historical coins locked away in museums, modern pennies are still being used every day. The possibility that a fortune could be sitting unnoticed in your pocket creates a sense of adventure. Every handful of change becomes a potential treasure hunt. Collectors often describe the first time they realized a modern coin could be valuable. One man recalled finding a strange-looking shield penny in a coin roll and dismissing it as damaged. Months later, he saw a similar error online selling for a surprising price. He rushed home to search through his jar of coins and found it again. That moment of realization changed how he viewed everyday money forever. The history of the Lincoln cent also adds emotional depth. Introduced more than a century ago, the coin has evolved through different designs while maintaining its connection to American heritage. The shield design represents unity and resilience, echoing the country's complex history and the enduring legacy of Lincoln himself. Holding a 2015 D penny is like holding a tiny modern chapter in a long national story. As you keep watching and listening, you might start wondering whether your own coins deserve another look. Maybe you've got a jar sitting in the corner of your room right now. Maybe there's a stack of pennies in your car's cup holder. Imagine pulling them out, spreading them across a table, and searching for that one coin that looks just a little different from the rest. Some collectors go even further, studying production reports, tracking die varieties, and building specialized collections focused solely on modern shield pennies. What began as a niche interest has grown into a passionate community sharing discoveries, photos, and research. Each new find fuels curiosity and encourages others to keep searching. Toward the higher end of the market, the most exceptional 2015 D Shield pennies, those with rare mint errors combined with nearly perfect condition, have commanded impressive prices relative to their face value. Stories of unexpected auction results circulate widely, reinforcing the idea that even modern coins can surprise collectors. While not every penny is valuable, the excitement lies in the possibility. Picture the moment you finally find something unusual. Your hands shake slightly as you examine the coin under bright light. You compare it with others and realize it's not the same. Maybe the lettering looks doubled. Maybe a tiny die crack crosses the shield. Maybe the color is so vibrant it looks brand new. That moment of discovery is deeply personal and incredibly rewarding. The more you learn about coins like the 2015 D Lincoln Shield penny, the more you realize how much history, craftsmanship, and unpredictability exists within everyday objects. Each coin passes through countless hands, travels through cities and small towns, and carries silent stories from person to person. Some end up forgotten in drawers, others become prized possessions in collections. And here's the powerful truth that keeps collectors searching: valuable coins don't always look special at first glance. Many rare finds have been hiding in plain sight for years, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. Every time you receive change, you have a chance to spot something unique. So before you dismiss that small pile of pennies, take a moment to examine them carefully. Look for the D mint mark, study the shield lines, watch for doubling, cracks, or unusual features. The next exciting discovery might be sitting right there in your hand without you even realizing it. Valuable coins are still out there, moving through everyday life, quietly waiting to be found. Stay curious, keep checking your change, and remember that sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise.